told y'all we coming back. We coming back. I got my phone right here going live as well. Got some guys up here. You know, my guy to the left of me. Guy right here to the right. This week too, we got our first guest. It's my guy. I don't do introductions for the guest because I ain't gonna do him no justice. So I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Coach Julian, TSF, 2023, from Baltimore, from by way of Chicago. Here to have some fun.
Look, you know I'm with the shit, y'all. I always got jokes, right? Y'all heard the bass in his voice? Listen, you can only talk like that when you can talk like that. You know that, it ain't nothing in there. You know that nigga holding on to something special. And I say that if y'all don't know him, yes, TSF, sir. The Skill Factory, yes, they done created a monster over there, bro. This nigga got the 2023 team, 2 nationally ranked players in basketball, ESPN nationally ranks, not like my cousin, little brother, uncle got a scouting service. We talking about you said something?
Nah, I'm talking shit.
I'm sorry, because they're evaluators.
The realest one doing it, man. He gonna give it to you.
Evaluators. They're evaluators, bro. So it's their opinion. There's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with that. Everybody entitled to their opinion. You know, I don't eat fried chicken. People call me crazy. But then when I look at y'all rankings, I call y'all crazy. I don't get it. So ESPN validated my guy, 2 of his guys and the work that he put in. And it wasn't guys that he got last week that played in the tournament the next week. It was his guys that he brought up. I'm talking about guys that he know their parents and built a relationship with them. Family vibes. Yeah. When they make it, he gonna be sitting there. And look. I'm sorry, my bad. I got sidebars and shit. But we had like 8 kids from Georgia make it this year. Probably more, probably less. I don't know. But I ain't see a lot of you trainers up there with them guys y'all said y'all train. I didn't see a lot of you coaches up there with those guys, and a lot of them was in Georgia. Mm-hmm. Isaac had damn near half a damn Marietta in his shit.
Because when that light on,
Devin had
the truth come to light.
The truth come to light every time.
I mean, me personally, I would bring my high school coach.
Hey,
I would have my AAU coach.
Hey man, it's a to me it's a saying. I was just telling Marshawn the other day, we were talking on the phone. I said, man, a lot of these parents, I said, are great, but when you go and you pick your wife, right, and you find a woman you're gonna marry, and you go up and just meet her mom and her dad. If her mom was a crackhead and her dad was a drunk, you probably not gonna marry her.
You know my parents?
So, but parents, we take our kids to these high school coaches and these AAU programs, and we put them with people that they family background don't show that they really gonna care about your kid. But we look at, oh man, well, they play for this program, or oh, he coached this guy. Well, that guy ain't inviting them. That guy haven't stepped foot back in that high school when that kid left.
At all.
And he not picking up that phone and calling that coach. And so when you picking your high school or you picking your AAU team, really monitor who's coming back and talking to those kids. Like you know, if the only time the NBA player comes back is because it's free gym time, he don't have no relationship with that coach, so you probably don't want your son going to that school. Absolutely. You know what I mean? And what made us start talking about it is I got a text from a guy who I hadn't talked to in about a year and a half. Mm-hmm. And I always try to get his son in the right situations. Mm-hmm. And he texted me, he said, man, I still got it on my phone because it hit me a certain way, because I don't talk to him, he's not, I'm cool with him, but he ain't a friend. And he said, man, why is it that my son played with all these guys that got drafted? All these guys is playing Division I, and my son was the one that had to guard the best player. My son was the best shooter, and my son the only one sitting at a D3 college. And I was like, and I said, you want the truth? And he said, yeah. I said, because you trusted the wrong people.
Trusted the wrong people. Mm-hmm. No, and my bad, I'm gonna be a testament to that, because I tell a lot of people what they don't understand, and I apologize if we get off topic a little bit, but that's the joy of it, right? What happens is, in AAU, we worried about that one class. Like, you got 2023, you got 2023, you got 2020. We worry about that one class and getting those kids into college. At the high school level, they got seniors that are program kids that might have got good their senior year, and you got a guard that may be a freshman or a sophomore that's way better, plays AAU, puts all the money into the training, into the media, and does everything right, but you believe at the high school level there's a pecking order.
Right.
You think that he got to pay his due diligence and wait his time. No, that's not the way it works.
He need to be killing right now.
Yeah.
He need to be killing right now. That kid that's probably a program player don't play AAU. He probably smoke weed every weekend.
All my life.
He probably go to LA Fitness and play with the guys that went to that high school 2-3 years ago that graduated and not even playing ball no more.
Too close to home.
Yeah, on a lot of kids, bro.
Nah,
and it kills me because I'm telling you, man, look, I'm going to tell you, my son, y'all know, everybody know who I am, Coach Ride Out 215, Philly vet. So, my son, and y'all know this, and y'all know, my son sat behind players that had no intention of playing college basketball.
It's awful.
No attention. And the coaches know what it is. The coaches know that those players are doing things that are not in conduct or unethical to the code that's going on in the school, in the rule books.
But that's because we've gotten so caught up in wins and losses. And again, I'm not going to knock a high school coach, you know what I mean? But
Not personally.
Yeah, not personally, but it's a win and loss game because that's their job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where and those high school coaches, I think that's why a lot of them despise AAU.
Of course.
Because it's our job to get their kids into school.
Yep.
And so there's a different thought process there.
Absolutely.
And you know, and I tell people all the time, I believe in Georgia, 85% of the people are bad. I do.
Mm-hmm.
But the AAU is a different agenda than it is in high school. The high school agenda is keeping my job. AAU's agenda might be, let me see if I can slide next to this kid and maybe he go to the league. So there's two totally different agendas. And that's why it's funny when you see the NBA draft, how many high school coaches are there? You know what I mean? With those players, because those are one and done kids. How many high school coaches will sit up in the cut and like, this is my guy that got me through 4 years? None.
Nope.
None.
Zero.
So that to me, that's a problem.
It is.
To me,
And
that's
it's a disconnect in the communication. And again, man, just to go back to it, like it's players out here that are really grinding. That are really grinding, bro. I said this. I was at Duluth my son's freshman year, which was Bruce's freshman year. Bruce didn't have the pieces that he had his freshman year, but the most important piece was his coach.
Yep.
His coach never turned his back on him. His coach never shunned him. His coach taught him, groomed him, and developed him to become the confident. That's first and foremost, man.
Talk to him.
He's the most confident, and then not saying he's the most, but he's one of the most confident guards in Georgia.
But
Same thing with
speaking on that relationship, when Bruce's back is hurting or his feet hurt, he's at White Hart's hot tub.
See what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? It's not about.
And I don't know that. I didn't know that.
Right. He's at White Hart's hot tub. When Bruce is tired and school and he ain't had no internet, he's at White Hart's house.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So he got a big house.
There's a difference. He lives in Mill. He lives in Mill.
My bad. Okay.
But it's about creating those relationships. But like I said, because it's so many that only care about wins and losses. Oh, you know, let's get some treatment here at the school.
You gotta build a relationship.
You know what I mean? It's about relationships first.
And you see,
I can chime in on that about the whole. It's about relationships because in my high school coaching career, it's not long, but I've had 3 different head coaches in my 4 years of coaching high school basketball. Right? Yes, it's hectic. And the relationship that these head coaches have with players is vital, bro. It's vital to the development of your program. It's vital to their development as a player. If that kid don't trust that coach with his life, you're not gonna get everything out of him, and vice versa. If that coach don't feel like he believe in that kid, you're not gonna get everything out of that kid.
My God, Bryce.
So Johnny. we can go back and say these coaches wasn't sitting with those guys in those green rooms at their draft parties, because reality is it's what you can do for me. What's the saying? What have you done for me lately? You know what I'm saying? It's not really what have you done for a kid. Like we spoke on the last podcast, and I know Ride Out, I know Julian very well, and we do things as coaches that's outside of what is required for us as coaches. You know what I'm saying? And that's not because we're looking for something on the back end. It's just what we do, bro. Like, it's a genuine love for the guests, a genuine love for wanting to help these kids be as successful as possible. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny that you say that because I tell people is if you got a coach and your coach at some point ain't fighting with his wife about spending time with you
Too much time?
it's a problem.
It's a problem.
It's a problem. And
It's a
like
problem.
we did, like we said, we were doing a little live just because we were in the pandemic. We wanted to keep the kids
absolutely.
involved. And both of our wives was like, man, y'all was up till 3 in the morning talking basketball.
Yep.
And so, you know, it's little things like that. Like I remember when I was coaching with the Atlanta Celtics, my wife would come downstairs at midnight and I had 8 kids laid out on my living room floor.
You been in my living room?
You been in mine?
Right.
Keyshawn?
But that's the way it is, and you build that camaraderie.
But how many high school coaches doing that?
It's not allowed, bro.
And that's what. And again, that's not to knock them because it's a different. Like I said, it's just a
different
different.
code.
It's a different realm, too. It's a different
It's a different code because you got different codes.
I mean, I like to say one thing. At the end, there's high school coaches doing it, but the far majority are not doing it. Like you have your top 10% will do it, but that's it.
Yeah.
So
No, absolutely, and like you said, because again, and don't get me wrong, but then they worry about like, because I can tell you programs that ain't won shit since I've been here, and kids don't transfer because they got a respect for the coach.
Facts.
Coach got a respect for them.
Facts.
And so it ain't necessarily about for the kid. It ain't always about wins and losses. But then you get some kids that stuck it out. Little AJ White stuck it out, wound up getting a chip, being a 2,000-point scorer. You know, things like that. Because
I'm gonna chime in though. Him and his coach have a great relationship.
They have an amazing relationship.
Coach Short though.
listen,
Coach Short is dope.
listen, AJ. How big is AJ White, bro?
5'10".
He's 5'10". You know what it takes to make a player that's 5'10" good?
Absolutely. Talk
That
to
kid
him.
has almost no confidence. To be honest, you walk in. Listen, my son is about 6'2". In the house at a cookout, my aunts and uncles. Man, that kid is huge. He's the smallest kid I know. They're the smallest. When your friends are 6'10" and 6'6" and 5'10",
Yeah.
you don't have that confidence. You don't walk in the room with your chest out. Somebody has to instill that in you.
But see, I also think, like we say, it's just a different code with high school coaches and AAU coaches because high school coaches do, especially in Georgia, fear kids transferring.
Yeah.
Which is part of the problem too, because then they're scared to tell the truth.
Yeah, exactly.
Where AAU coaches, they like, and this is also a problem in AAU because we have so many AAU teams.
Yup.
A lot of AAU coaches have gotten scared to tell kids the truth,
Facts.
which is why Georgia has the highest majority of transfer rates. Because we'd say, oh man, that kid going to Texas, that's a great move. A great move for who? Because it ain't a great move for that kid.
Yeah. Talk to him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No.
But the coach
It's a great move for the program.
right.
And listen, I was
And then the kid transfers.
He'll
Was
tell you
it the
we-
kid's fault? Was it the AAU coach fault? Was it the high school coach fault?
listen.
Somebody's at
Bad
fault.
leadership though to me.
Listen, we was in Texas, and they had high school coaches hiding offers. They was hiding kids offers to wait till they got the certain offer. Wait till they get a certain offer, because they got a side deal. My man coach at Baylor, so I'm gonna wait until he get Baylor. I ain't gonna show him the UT. I ain't gonna show him the Texas Tech. I'm gonna wait till we get Baylor. And then when he get the Baylor, then I'm like, yo, look, you got an offer to Baylor. Am I lying, yo?
nah, you definitely ain't lying. That's for damn sure. I mean, literally, bro, they build that relationship, and it's a win. Like you said, it's a win for the program because if I'm an AAU coach or I'm an AAU program or a high school coach, a high school program, and it's like, shit, I just sent the kid to
Right.
so and so and so and so.
I did that.
And then when the kid transfer, you like, you stuttering because you're like, why he transfer? What happened? Well,
Did
he
we
went
do
to
our
the wrong-
research?
He went to the wrong school. I mean, I just had a conversation with a kid. I ain't gonna name drop, but he went to one of the best programs in America that you can go to. And me and him was on text, and I said, man, in hindsight, I apologize because I knew that wasn't the right situation for you, and
tough.
and I knew your butt should have went here. And he's like, yeah. He was like, they tricked us. But you know what I mean. But me as a
They tricking folks.
As a mature adult.
Right, me as
a
an
mature adult.
and I'm sitting, like I said, I remember the situation like it was yesterday. We were riding down 85, coming from the school that I thought he should have went to.
Okay, so the school on 85, go ahead.
Yeah, and he chose another route. You know what I mean? And again, in hindsight, it was a bad route. At the time, we was like, yeah. And we were listening to what the people was telling us. You know, it was great.
They'll tell you everything you want to hear.
Yeah, and look, I'm tweeting. You know, thank you.
Excited.
I'm excited.
Around
man.
what time did you tweet it? I got y'all.
And then things, first year, okay, that's good. Second year, we need to make a move, and it was progressively bad. So like in hindsight now, 4 years later, I'm like, dang, if he had did this, he would be making generational money probably in the NBA. But now we having to go a different route. But I don't blame that on the kid. I don't blame that on the kid's parents. I blame that on myself. Because I probably could have been more boisterous, you know what I mean? Because they were asking my opinions. We sat down at a table just like we had pluses and minuses and so forth and so forth. And I was right along, and I wanted this school over here, but that school over there just looked
made
great.
it seem so much better.
Oh man!
I had a kid. Go get the front door, Mac. Go get the front door. Tell him to come to the front door. I had a kid that my son just talked to that just committed. He just committed. And they said, man, we didn't think you was going to pick that school. He said, the school reached out to me. I talked to him every day. We communicated.
Man, go to the best fit, man.
You know what I mean? And he said he talked to that school, and he was like, bro, I thought I was going to go to the other school, but they only called me once. So they called me one time, and that's when they initially gave me the offer.
That's the hardest part.
We talked about that before. You're not talking to that head coach.
And where we at right now with the pandemic, it's hard because, the Division I's are still in the dead period. I know my son had like 3 visits lined up, and he can't go on none of the campuses. So now he can't go on the campus. And I thought the campus, I want to go to the campus, get that handshake, get the offer. Right. I watch he got game. You see he got game? I seen he got game. I seen blue chips. Yep. I wanted the handshake with the little. Yep. What's up, coach? You know what I mean? What's the other? They had the other one on Netflix. There was the other one on Netflix. What was the other one on Netflix? You gotta see right here, brother. What's the one on Netflix with Tariq off Power?
I know which one you're talking about. When he was at the little prep school.
Amateur. That shit hit close to home. Get off this live real quick. Just got a haircut. What shit I ain't got no hair, man. It's cool genetics.
Hey man, you coming from the same neck of the woods as me, man. You can't be as late. I'm the only person that's supposed to be late all the time.
Man, let me out of practice at 9 o'clock. We had practice at freaking 9 o'clock.
At 9 o'clock.
What y'all practicing for?
Y'all know why they practice.
Maybe some work.
Y'all gonna kill me right now? Y'all gonna kill me.
Hold on. Time out.
Y'all need to give them kids a break.
They literally a break. I don't know if I responded in the group chat or not. I didn't respond in the group chat.
I come in and they killing me already.
You just got a 50-point gift.
There wasn't no gift.
And then you got somebody up on Tuesday.
Man.
Who y'all playing on Tuesday? I just
Milton.
Milton? Because they in y'all region. So that's 2 guaranteed games.
Look. That game gonna be a lot closer because Milton ain't thinking about us. Milton ain't thinking about us. They ain't game planning. It's gonna be closer.
Oh yeah, you think so?
We ain't lose about 52 times in one season.
Make the call, Jude.
We ain't losing about 52 times.
I already sent Kanan. I sent Kanan the Maru mixtape already.
Hey, Amaru.
I got the mixtape.
Amaru. We ain't losing about 50 on Tuesday. We finna get done tomorrow anyway.
Y'all playing?
Lakeside at Buford.
Oh yeah.
Lakeside. What time y'all play?
3.
We play at Buford.
Oh, that's good, y'all.
Hold on, Buford Arena. Buford Arena.
Yep.
Damn.
Alright.
Hey, how long y'all just practiced? That floor big as shit. Them legs gonna be 50-point ass whooping. And then y'all practice for 3 hours.
We just talked about that before you got here.
You ain't get no ice baths or nothing.
Y'all
somebody giving
And I
me
forgot to pre-order. Ain't no more food.
Ain't no fish left. It might be a side. It might be a corner of the map.
Man, so first of all, you're abusing kids. Then you ain't getting no food. Golly, man.
Man, you taking the L tonight, AD. It's been a rough week, G.
All right, so my bad. So we got Julian here, man. I got to ask a tough question.
Yes, sir.
This is the joy. So look, right, I'm in the best seat in the house.
Most definitely.
I ain't got no 2022s in here. Oh, I do. We bust their ass already, though.
Whoa.
Sheesh.
We ain't gonna say bust our ass.
Y'all lost pretty bad.
it got ugly in the fourth quarter. We was with them.
They was.
We was with them. We was shooting lights out. Probably
Y'all
out
was.
there shooting games.
Y'all was. Y'all,
I actually watched the film.
No, they rose to the occasion.
That first half was.
Yeah,
They
we was
rose to the
there.
occasion.
And then the big show. Why you big?
Yeah, it got dark.
Gotta finish
It got
games.
ugly real quick.
Gotta finish games.
But that's why we ready for this year. We want all that shit this year.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay? So,
We want all that shit.
I like that. I like that.
Got a 16.
Now I want to.
I got 6'7", 6'8".
No, but we the 16.
6'10",
So,
leading one of the top 10.
Yeah.
Shout out to Team Honcho. We in the building.
Okay.
I wish I knew.
Y'all see the vibe right here, man.
Only the fan.
family, man.
Only the fan.
That'll change though soon.
Hey, is that? Ooh. Let me hold on. And my bad. My shit on 21:55 military time. That's 9:51. And 9:51. We just heard something. I don't know. The skill factory.
News.
The skill factory.
The factory,
Yo,
for real.
the skill factory, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a fan, bro.
Big fan.
You guys got a good program. Adam.
Big dog.
Big dog. He runs that 2022 kind. Him and my man. Did my man leave?
Oh.
My man with the glasses, Will.
Will's still there. Will is, hey man, he's a guru.
Oh, he got the 2020.
He moved down to the 2025.
Oh,
And
he on your
working
head.
with-
He on your head.
Oh.
'Cause I seen them. Some of them old child support. Them boys big.
Hey, we got 3 6'6" kids.
Remarks
Take the
complete.
pressure off height.
And then look, and then the leading scorer that was in the state, kid Avery.
Avery.
Little Avery?
Avery Beach. He played
I
in the middle.
know little
He's going to
Avery.
middle next
Middle
year.
now.
Yes, sir.
I know little
I
Avery.
know about Avery.
Little Avery from Iron Sharp. Is Iron Avery?
Yes.
Avery
So
tough.
hold on. Tell me
He's Avery Milk now.
So what's
2025 gonna be a lit class.
It is. It's a great class.
It's gonna be a beautiful class.
It's a really
it's
good
going
class.
to be? What's Iron Shut Up now?
Oh man, this is little thing that Norcross Seed and the TSF do. We get a
No
little.
cross heat and TSF.
Iron sharpen iron thing.
Yeah, we get in the gym, man, and we just work, bro.
That's
we just
dope.
work.
That's
we just work.
dope. That's
You know what I'm
dope.
saying?
No cross heat.
No pun intended. Top kids just battling it out, man, getting each other better. You know what I mean?
Well, it was a great. It was 2.5 hours, man. Closed gym.
That's love.
You know what I mean?
No cameras, no nothing.
Yeah.
Just us.
So we had some iPhones.
We had some iPhones.
Droid. Like that.
Next time, call Bonafide, man. Let me catch the action, man.
That's that fresh media. Bonafide been doing this thing. Shout out to Bonafide, bro. He been doing his
Amazing
thing.
work.
He been
Amazing
doing his
work.
thing out there. So my bad. Let's get back to these. This is 2023 versus 2023 TSF. Talk your shit. I see you guys played No Cross Heat this year. How many times y'all played this year?
We didn't play this year because we're like the year before.
Oh, because y'all was Nike. So
Yeah, they shut us down.
Okay.
We got
So they
5
didn't play.
But then they got the automatic bid Battle of Georgia just came through them and just murked their
automatic bid.
Automatic.
We talked about
We
that.
talked about that.
Hey, listen, this is my man's, bro, and I called him on the phone, Blue. I said I should have got an automatic
Tight.
bid. Hey, know what I said? I should have got. I'm gonna who played.
The
But
way,
what does your man do though? Did I not get you in?
He got me in.
All right.
'Cause bro, listen,
So they wouldn't even let you in.
they weren't even gonna let me in, bro.
all the work
Hey,
you
they
put
let
in.
Sniper Elite in on late notice.
They let Sniper
Man.
They
in.
let Sniper Elite
They weren't even gonna let us in. They weren't gonna let us
Hey,
in
we
the
beat
building.
a lot of them teams that was in, and Hype didn't get no invitation.
Oh, man.
In 2021.
Did y'all play in the qualifications one?
In 2021.
We beat a lot of those teams that didn't play the qualifications. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I had to call in the favor, bro. That's, and I played 17. You all something in one.
It's a
AC Georgia got it.
Yeah. AC Georgia had a big win though. They had a big win.
They got
They
beat
had
by Hype. That's all I'm
That
saying.
boy put that team on his back though.
They had a big
What's
win.
his name?
They beat the Celtics.
Manny Harris.
No, not Manny.
No,
Harris.
they're talking about
We talking about 2022.
They beat the Celtics.
Yeah, what is it?
Josh Reed.
Josh Reed.
Yeah.
He was going crazy.
He played up, and they beat the Celtics 17-10. So let's not get that twisted.
They did.
Yes, they did. So like, let's not.
I just heard all the screaming and shit.
Yeah.
We was having a good old game.
And then almost beat them again in Battle of Georgia. They lost by 4
Damn.
without Josh.
Who did Josh Reed kill in the Battle of Georgia?
Everybody.
Everybody.
It was that first game where
Whoever got in this
my
way.
court was
But
packed.
he's a perfect example though, and this is a shout to Norcross Heat, Hype, Honcho, because I know y'all in shoe programs. That kid was a TSF kid. A lot of people don't know it, and because of the way Coach Adam runs his ship and how he's very, very transparent with parents and so forth and so forth, him and his dad really, really close. And he was like, yo, this ain't the fit for him right now.
Absolutely.
And then took him to that team.
And it took him to another level.
Now he's a shoe kid. You know what I mean? And that's what people don't understand. And there's no knock on, other, unshoe
Any
teams.
other program.
Yeah, or any other program. But like sometimes it
takes that.
I heard this from Coach K, and I heard it from Coach K. Everybody's path is different.
Everybody's
So you don't have to be on a shoe team right now to get where you need to get, and you might not even have to go back there.
So no, one of the things they do in Texas, right, that I loved when I was in Texas, right? I was coaching in Texas, Central Texas. They have a B team all the way up until 9th grade.
Yeah.
What's that kid name? It was a kid.
Corey Jefferson.
Corey Jefferson played on the B team.
You know who also does that?
All the way until
Team
9th grade.
Takeover in DC does that. They have two teams. They have Team Oladipo and then they have Team
Grant.
No. I'm talking about in high school though.
Oh,
Like elementary through high school. I mean middle through high school. They have an A and B team. And this kid didn't play A team until sophomore year. Corey Jefferson?
Corey Joseph.
No, Corey Jefferson. He's in the NBA.
Played for the Cavs. I
He
don't
played-
think he's in the league now,
No, but
he definitely was in the league.
Yeah, he made it to the league. But
was
the thing was, it gives them an opportunity
Gives them an
to still play competitive with a respectable role under the whistle.
but see, the problem. A lot of states, I think, do that. Problem with Georgia is, and not calling them names, is Georgia is about the money. Okay, so you got a lot of crooks out here.
Absolutely.
So when you trying to do those B joints, it's not run properly because they just trying to get that check from their parents at the door. They're trying to get that bottom dollar. So what happens is those kids end up just not playing because them parents not gonna spend upwards of $1,000 for their kid to play on the B team.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Because you got so many crooks. You know what I mean? And that's the sad part about it is it's a lot of good money in bad basketball.
Even at the junior high level, like not talking AAU, we're talking about school ball.
Yeah. I mean all of it. I'm saying all of it. All of it. All of it. Like when you see like feeder programs, you know what I mean? Feeder programs be having 4 and 5 teams because now you can charge 10 players on a B and a C team $500.
I'm gonna tell you this. I had my guy coach for a feeder program, and he sent me the sign up roster. I think it was $500 or $600.
Yeah.
My kids won't be able to play feeder basketball. $500 or $600. I got 5 kids, bro.
I know those programs have like $700-800
For a feeder we're not talking about AAU.
Yes.
You're not traveling no damn where.
Feeder.
You going to the same damn gym every weekend. You playing. You practicing one day a week.
My kids going to the Y.
Hey, but see, now there's a caveat to that. Everybody's not doing it for the money. But the caveat to that is because there's money that has to go in so many places in Georgia. So you have to charge that. And see, I ran a feeder program.
So they got like Avon Barksdale,
So
Nino Brown.
them
guys gotta be there.
No, because what happens is you guys think about this. It's deeper than that because so you have to charge each kid $500 to $600. You have to because here's what you got to do. Every game you got to pay $35 for the referees. Okay. You get 2 referees, that's $70. Every game you got to charge depending on what gym you use. So I'm gonna use gym in Alpharetta. The gym for every basketball game is $50 for the gym. You know what I mean? So then some schools are even higher. So because Fulton County schools made a new rule, it's called newfound money. So now they charge you
Newfound
per hour.
money.
It's called newfound money. So they charge you for the hour.
Newfound
They charge you for the hour.
You can't find shit that ain't lost.
So
I ain't lose shit that's in my pocket.
no, it was lost because
they lost.
the first year that they did it, $2.5 million when they started charging the high school coaches to use the gyms.
$2.5 million.
$2.5 million.
I think I need to wrap this podcast up and get into a fuck. Go ahead and listen.
So now you have to take that money and you have to pay for the hours that you're in the gym. So like if you have a good athletic director, which some people do, they'll charge you $35 per hour.
Okay.
So you think if we want to have practice 3 days a week, you know what I mean? Okay, now I'm chalking that up. That's $105 per week. So that money is gone. So then you also got to pay for the tournaments. So you want to play a Thanksgiving tournament, a Christmas tournament. He'll tell you. I used to tell my teams, we ain't playing no Christmas and Thanksgiving. Let the kids be kids. Let them because I'm not going to pay. I told him, I said, unless we're doing it in our gym, I'm not going to go to just use one, Marietta High School, not saying Marietta High School is doing one, and playing their Thanksgiving tournament and getting $500 to play in their tournament.
Yep.
And then my parents still got to pay
To get
$10 in the door.
Yep.
And then we live in Alpharetta, so we also driving, so that's gas money.
Yep.
So that's where all that money's going. So you have to charge that. Now the great thing about Gwinnett County is Gwinnett County has their middle school. So I don't know how they fund all their money, but Fulton County doesn't. So that's how the feeder care programs and everything develop. But that's why they have to charge so much, is because they're having to pay for everything. It's sad.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Like you gotta learn how to, but you gotta learn how to set people up for success, man. That's one of the things I learned in the military, man. Like I'm not even gonna lie, like a lot of this transferring and stuff like that. I mean, it is what it is, bro. It's a part of the game. You gotta set people up for success. And we talking about, we got young athletes. You got kids out here that could be the next pro athlete in any sport, but without the ability to travel, or I got to be like the kid that, like Dylan Caldwell, that had to take a year off because he transferred to McKeitry, and now my whole senior year I don't get to play basketball. Like, come on, bro.
He handled that the best I have
ever seen. He was on the bench, energetic.
He was the biggest cheerleader I ever seen.
He was doing his thing, bro.
Cuz was going viral being a cheerleader.
Yeah, he was. He was,
that was
bro.
dope, though.
That's super dope, man. All right. Let's get
Free
to
Sharif.
Free Sharif.
Free Sharif, man.
Free Sharif.
Sharif, man. Wake up.
So let's talk about remarks complete. Remarks complete. He said, if you ain't hear me, then you heard me.
You still want to see Cuz play?
No, you gotta see Cuz play. Because at the end of the day, like I tell a lot of people, man, like when you're a kid and you first pick up that basketball as a kid, bro, you don't care about what uniform you put on. You don't care about no money. You don't care about none of that. You just got love for the game, bro. You just want to play the game. Then you go ahead.
What's that movie? Was it Boys in the Hood? He said, I'm gonna be in the NBA. When the little fat boy with
dope boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in the NBA.
Look, though, ain't nobody. Look,
Had no future.
No future.
I know.
Dream big, man.
I know the camera just seen that. He looked at me and said, "Little fat boy," and pointed at me. I seen it. The camera seen it. My wife could cook, bro. Don't judge me. No, I'm just.
She puts it down.
All right. But so look though, yo, again, to the top kids, man. Tell me, what kids out there, man? What kids out there that you like playing against? Like who always come to play, man? You can't use him because he's sitting right here. You got the modest look on. You see how you looking up like a proud dad, like.
I know my kids show up, bro.
I know you show up. Other than that, man, who shows up, man? Like who's the biggest dog fight? Like no matter what, I ain't talking about one good game. Like you go against this team, they can be shoot deal, not shoot deal, kid maybe, just somebody that always show up.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Dominating.
Yeah, I mean,
He been kicking ass.
Southeast
is
we haven't lost in the state of Georgia in 4 years.
Yeah.
Not one game.
It was close.
Yeah.
Damn, you know, stay in Georgia for years. So I can't ask. Yo, sorry, listen.
They been blasting.
So I mean, I'd have to say probably Stephon Castle, because he did take me. He took us. His team took us into, when we were in 7th grade. We went to 2 games with them in overtime, and that was a close.
Who was he playing with?
He was playing with his dad. They were DCA at the time. They were DCA at the time.
Dream Chase Academy.
Yes, and it was
shout out to Dream Chase Academy. What's his dad name?
Stacy Caps.
Shout out to my guy Stacy, man. That's my guy. You like how I do them inadvertent plugs? I knew his name. I just wanted to say it so that way I could throw my little spice. My man Stacy.
He's a phenomenal player.
Yeah, I didn't know he went to Oak Hill.
Yeah, his dad went to Oak Hill. Phenomenal family. They got a phenomenal family.
Absolutely.
Mom was amazing.
Absolutely.
He actually got to play with me, and I was telling you the story before we went on camera in the national championship, and he hit the 3 to send us into overtime in the Final Four. So playing against him is always
Final Four where?
We were actually in Philly. Y'all see
the plug?
Yeah, we were actually in Philly. We were actually in Philly.
What was y'all playing for?
We were playing against Team Takeover.
Okay.
And it was us against Team Takeover.
Who was playing on that Team Takeover squad? You remember any of the names?
Nah, they was long to death though. They whole starting lineup was 6'3" tall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Team Takeover.
What tournament was it?
It It was the May Hoops
May Hoops
National.
National. So it's May Hoops National Championship.
Yeah,
the best teams and the best teams in the
the
U.S.
best teams.
Okay.
Like everybody. So, but yeah, he's probably, man, as far as just every game we go against him, like, you got a game plan against him because he's a quiet assassin. So, you know, you'll look up and the game, it'll be a 4-point game, and then I'll be like, hold up, yo, he can hit 6 threes. Like, somebody gonna guard him? So, probably him, and then,
Man just got his first offer, didn't he?
he got his first offer to Ohio University.
Shout out,
man.
First
Big time. And he's grown. He's 6'6" now, so he long to death. It's real cerebral, really smart. So
smooth.
And then probably other than him, man, it's really tough.
It's really tough.
Like, cause you said I couldn't use Norcross Heat, so
You can.
It's really tough.
I'm sorry.
You can now, though.
Go. Now you can plug him. Now you can plug him. I'm sorry.
And it's funny, man, because just to piggyback, and that's how we actually met, man. I saw him playing against a Boo Williams team, and we were both in the same tournament. And his bench interaction with his kids and the way his kids were on the bench, it was amazing, man. And like, I was leaving the gym. And I had to stop and like take a tape, and I was like,
where was y'all playing at?
What was that? Discovery. Shout out to the mob, man. Shout out to the mob.
They were at Discovery High School,
Mob,
and I'm walking out of Discovery, and like we were just finished beating the Bewley boys, and I'm walking out.
Don't say it like though. The Bewley boys.
Yeah, Bewley boys.
How big are they?
16.
6'10".
Yeah.
And he said it like.
And at that time, I had LT. LT was 6'5", so that was my biggest guy.
And I mean, they triple threat at the time too. They triple threat.
6'10". So you had 2 6'10s. Your biggest guy 6'5".
And they had Marvell Allen, too.
They had Marvell Allen.
They had a squad.
So if you had, look, hold on, shout out to the 6'5" kid that held you down.
LT number one defensive player. Number one.
He know.
I'm plugging him. I gotta ask the question. I gotta act like I don't know so the people know. You know what I mean? Number one defensive end. How was he in the gym though? Man, who's the biggest leader on your team?
I think that's the cool thing about us, man. I got a bunch of them, and that's what makes it so. That's what makes us so perfect. Is we got a bunch of good kids. We got a bunch of leaders. Like, we've had a game where Isaiah looked at Kanan and was like, "Yo, I got this." We've had a game where Kanan looked at Isaiah and said, "I got this." We had a game where both of them was like, "LT, you got this." You know what I mean? Like, their communication as well.
I need to hear that. I need to hear that, bro. How long y'all been together? How long they been together?
4 years.
They've been together 4 years.
LT joined us in 8th grade. Isaiah and Kanan, and the rest of the crew been together since 7th grade.
So
then last year, a lot of people didn't get to see us until the Battle of Georgia. We added some pieces.
That Battle of Georgia was bananas.
I got to see him before the Battle with Georgia.
You too.
And that half man, half amazing. Taj, what y'all say about
Taj Johnson.
Taj Johnson, where he play at?
He's at Hart County. He's at Hart County.
They don't get a lot of pub out there. Shout out to Hart County.
They don't. And last year as a freshman, led his team to an undefeated record. They were 17-0 before they had their first loss.
17-0. What he said, following behind a freshman.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Taj Johnson.
Taj Johnson. That's tough.
So
He's like that, bro. I got to see him at the Fresh U camp. And
that's where I got to see him too.
Listen here, man. I'm gonna tell you how crazy the world works, right?
Shout out to that boy.
Manlock.
Freshman year. Yo, Manlock, you've been supplying AAU programs with freshmen for a couple of years now, man. You're doing a great job, man. We appreciate you out there, Manlock. Yo, if you got a freshman team and you looking for some players, or you a high school coach and you looking for some players, y'all better get Manlock players.
Straight up.
Manlock got the head in the gym. Shout out to
He was one of the first to put gave Matt Cleveland a platform freshman year. Straight up.
Freshman year.
I remember seeing that somewhere too.
Yes, sir. Shout out to that boy, Manlock.
That was the first time I saw Taj, bro. Like, and it's crazy because I was trying to get Taj, bro. Like, I had Taj in the bag. Taj was Norcross, he crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he was in the bag. And what was we at? Was it Hoops Giving? It was Hoops Giving, right? So, me and you always kick it. You know what I'm saying? So he talking to me and stuff there. Taj man walk up and I'm like, and Julian give me this look. I'm like, man, what? He's like, Taj, I don't know. I just said, oh my God. Man, I can't win. But when I said I had him, he was like, yeah, coach, I'm down. he talked to his parents like, oh yeah, you know, we love America. I see you be following y'all on Instagram. I'm like, for sure. And then here comes
the dark side.
The dark side. the light skin killer.
That TSF carries weight though.
It does, bro.
Shout out to that light skin, dark skin matchup. I go either way. I'm brown skin, so if it's a light skin one, I sneak it in.
That's like
terrible, bro. You terrible.
It's funny. That's how my son does it, man. My son mixed, and he be like, Dad, he dark like you. And I said, what you talking about? Man? It don't even make sense. Like, no, he look like you.
Yo, everybody been together 4 years for the most part. Like you said, you picked up 1 or 2 pieces. Got a bunch of leaders out there, man. That's dope. That's dope, man. It's a respectable program. It shows, man. Undefeated. Last, how many years?
4 years. Since
4 years, man.
We have not lost
since 7th grade. So, I mean, that's a testament to the coach. Being able to put something together, because it's not just people. Coaching is so underrated, man. I'm not making this about the coaches at all. You know, my show is not about coaches. For most coaches, I could care less about. However, the few that I rock with, they know I rock with them anyway. Other than that, man, it's always about the players. But it's a testament when you see players stick together through ups and downs, adversity, and winning isn't always. Winning creates diversity too, bro.
Oh, absolutely. What?
Adversity,
especially
and
the beautiful state that we're in.
Yes,
the beautiful state we're in. You know, and just I'm gonna use 2 players, Isaiah and Canaan. Everybody keeps trying to separate them.
Yeah.
You know, they go on sneaking in this back door, sneaking in this back. Oh, you don't need to play around. And what they don't realize is those kids are like this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And what each does great, the other might not do great, so it fits perfectly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They brothers, you know what I mean? And so it's funny, man, because you know the COVID hit everybody, and the first time I got them both in the gym together, it was like a light went on, and we driving in the car, and both of them looked up and they was like, "Yo, we know how to play with each other now."
Yeah.
And then, but it's crazy because, like I said, we've been together for 3 years, but it was like
now it's like clicking.
It's like,
now yo, we got some.
It was
how
like
big is
yeah, it was like whoa, like
how
that
big is
light bulb.
Isaiah right now?
Isaiah 6'5" now.
He like 6'5", bro.
6'5".
When you got him, how big was he? 7th grade, man.
5'10".
7th grade, 5'10", man. You grow with these kids. He's 6'5", man, and
Kane's 6'3" now.
Kane's 6'3".
I remember Cannon got that offer to Florida. I'm like, oh yeah, that's well deserved.
Well deserved.
Because man, that man is
Junior NBA was a huge platform.
I followed that a little bit.
Yeah.
I seen that. Like I said, man, Georgia does a great job, man, in putting the pieces together. You know what I mean? The guys that's in it, you know, you say something for the wrong reason, they wind up helping us out. The guys that's doing it for the right reason.
Yes,
facts. Yeah, that's tough, man.
Adam always says, he said, man, sometimes you gotta wait for somebody else to fuck up for you to get
Absolutely.
always step in.
No, absolutely.
I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, as I tell people, and I tell Marshawn, my biggest goal with these kids, man, is to, and with any kid that I try to align myself with, is I want you to be better than me.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like I had a kid, story, 8 years ago, played for me and was with me with the Celtics, because I was with the Celtics for 16 years.
Yeah.
And the kid played for me, and shout out to my guy Julian.
Yeah, that's what Adam was at too.
Yeah. So, but I was there before Adam came.
Okay.
Yeah, me and Glove coached together. I had 3 crews that came through. So, and it was a kid, man, Rakim Lubin, ended up going to UConn, phenomenal talent. So he was out of Alabama. And I thought the kid was straight for school-wise. And shout out to a coach, I can't say his name because he did something that most coaches don't do. A college coach. He went into the high school to see the kid, 6'8", 260 pounds, monster. And he calls me on the phone after he leaves the school and he said, "Drew, this kid will never play college basketball." And I said, "What you talking about?" And he said, "Well, I looked at his transcripts." He said, "Julian, he didn't vacuum in the air conditioning 2 times a day. He has 2 PE classes, 1 math class." I said, "Huh?" He said, "He's not on a college preparatory grade system." And I said, "Hold on." I said, "You lying. I just talked to his mom. His mom was like happy that he got straight A's." And he was like, "Julian, I'm going to send you the transcript." Okay. He took a picture, sent me the transcript. It comes on my phone. I'm in school. I'm a teacher. I said, "Hold up." So I called Miss Sabrina up. I said, "Miss Sabrina, Rock ain't going to play at college basketball." She said, "Why?" I said, "He's not on college. He not going to pass."
He giving him some
So you mean to tell me the NCAA has a criteria that's set
You gotta take them college
that is classes that these kids got to take while they're in high school in order them to play?
Yeah.
So
And it's gone, and because, and this is my conspiracy theory, I'm gonna lay this one on y'all. It's gotten harder because it's too many blacks getting into college, so they've upped what you need. You used to need 3 maths, 3 sciences, 3 Englishes. Now it's gone 4. So guess what? If you fail, you screwed.
Yep.
So now you need a 4 for 4. We ain't talking about Wendy's. And I'm asking these questions. Y'all know I know the answers to them. But I'm asking these questions because I know some of y'all don't know the answers.
Knowledge is power.
So this is the thing, right? Because, again, my son, pretty much, they told him he can graduate in May. They was like, man, you know, he took advanced classes. Some of those classes account for double the credit hours. And he in the, what's that called? The accelerated and the honored, the gifted.
And he can go Job Corps.
Yeah, and all that other stuff. Bro, get with your high school coach. Hopefully not the music teacher that just need the stipend.
I'm not naive.
Get with the high school coach and make sure that he understands that the NCAA has a criteria and they have a curriculum that you need to meet prior to even like SAT and ACT. Yeah, we know that, we got that, but it's certain.
It's the NCAA clearinghouse paperwork.
I'm taking a step further. Get with your counselor. They have every school should have a college preparedness center at their school where they're gonna give you the breakdown whether you are done with the clearinghouse to be able to go to college.
And some colleges have different things.
They have different things.
So like some colleges don't accept the ACT. And a lot of kids don't know that.
They only accept the SAT.
So you go take the ACT thinking, oh, it's easier, and then you can't get into Florida, or you can't get into Texas because you haven't taken the SAT.
And retaking them classes don't look good either.
Oh, listen. Why you saying that? It's this thing that they're doing with these kids. If you fail the class, these coaches want you eligible. It's called credit recovery. Those classes get you eligible. But those classes does not transfer into college. You will not be able to go to college. Get you eligible to play high school basketball.
To play high school basketball for that coach.
For that coach, they need to win right now. It's not really caring about you. So those kids that's taking those credit recovery classes, understand, man, it's bigger than basketball. You gotta take care of them books, bro. That's the high school basketball. It's bigger than high school basketball. Those coaches want to win. They're gonna do whatever they gotta do to help you win, to try to get them to win. I'm sorry.
So speaking of that, so the kid Rock. So I call his mom. She furious. She go down to the board of education in Alabama. They tell her, argue with him, everything. So they switch his whole course load over to college preparatory. He's a junior in high school. He's never taken no language. He's never taken no foreign like nothing. So he's sitting back like
send him straight to the gun.
Yeah. So she like, and so I call up the high school coach because I'm furious because I'm like, yo, I done had this kid on the circuit. I was like, what are we doing? He said, oh man, he good to go. He good to go. I said, no, he's not good to go. He can't go to college. He said, oh yeah, he can. He can go to junior college. That's what the high school coach said. And I said, what? I said, and Rock is from Gaston, Alabama. If y'all ever been to Gaston, Alabama, it's tough. It's tough. And so I said, so you want? I said, man, that kid will never survive in junior college. He said, oh yeah, I went to junior college. And I said, hold up. So you want him to be like you? Yeah. You should want him to be better than you. And long story short, that kid was out of that school in 3 months here in Georgia. Went to Buford High School, Buford High School. Shout out to them. They put him in every class he needed to get to. Yeah. Kid went on to UConn. Then he had to transfer out to UConn because he was with Kevin Ali. And the kid was playing overseas for a minute. Now he in Alabama, got a family, good job, so forth and so forth. But it's just amazing. Like that kid could have been stuck. He could have been stuck. One decision to change his life.
If he ain't had the right AAU coach in his corner, we talking about that too. Picking the right AAU program, picking the right coaches that genuinely care about the kid, man. It ain't about wins and losses. Like, and I say that because I'm a testimony. With my boys, we played up 17U, and it wasn't because, man, I really wanted to win. That's what the college coach was watching. And at the end of the day, like, I have to supply y'all with this platform. Win, lose, or draw, just show flashes. You're young, you're 15, show flashes. But you have to be a coach that really care about the kids. The kids have to be priority. Me winning and losing the game don't mean nothing to me.
No,
I already played basketball. I got mine. I got everything I was supposed to get out of this game because I gave it everything I had. But now, as a coach or a mentor, as a father or father figure to multiple boys, bro, my number one job is to make sure y'all are straight. And I can't make sure y'all are straight if I don't put y'all in the best situation possible.
And that's the hardest part, man, because you want to have relationships with high school coaches because it should be a hand-to-hand thing. Because like you have a situation, no names, kid plays for me, and for me he played a 3. he go back to his high school, he playing the 5. So how is that working out for that kid? You know what I mean?
Especially so hurting his recruitment.
And that kind of
and I'm not saying now. I'm saying I've had. I'm saying that I've had.
It's still going on.
had. So look, but no, and that kind of goes back to kind of what we were saying before, as far as you getting these kids that you're preparing and they're there, and you going out in the summertime, spring, in the summer, and the college coach like, man, I like that kid, and then they go check on his numbers in high school.
I'm translating.
It's not translating because he playing the 5s back to the basket, and they're like, oh man, he's too soft. You know, he can't play. He doesn't play the 5.
It works the other way too now.
No,
Let's not get that. Because
Yeah.
I had a kid, ended up playing major high school, major college basketball, and on the AAU circuit, he was putting up 25 a game for me. And he went back to high school, and in high school he was only averaging 10. So the big conversation with all the college coaches was, which player are we gonna get?
Yeah.
And so it was tough for that kid when it was first being recruited because they didn't know it. And so then I had to backtrack and be like, he's playing for the #1 team in the country. That's all you need to know. And so the kid ended up going to LSU and having a tremendous career, you know what I mean? But it's like, they looking at everything. It's not just one thing. So when we having these discussions about high school coaches and AAU's coaches, we're not trying to do this. We want to be here. We want to come together.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And that's the hardest part. You know, like is in Georgia. Georgia's one of the only states where, like you said it a minute ago, the band teacher might be the high school coach. In Chicago, the coach might come and be working at the liquor store and come in and coach. You know what I mean?
He just got off work.
He just got off work.
My head coach just got off work.
They got a documentary on Netflix, How to Be Kings or something Kings or something like that. But it was a documentary to Philadelphia high schools, and so you know, in a lot of inner cities, they shut down a lot of these public schools, and they're doing this mergers thing.
Yeah, I seen that.
You seen it?
It's about in Erie, Pennsylvania.
No, it's in Philly.
It's Philly.
It's in Philly, West Oak Lane.
Okay.
It's in West Oak Lane in Philly. So I mean, MLK. Where's MLK at in every city? So, MLK is always in the hood, right? So it was Martin Luther King High School and Germantown High School. Germantown High School shut down. Now y'all know if you're from the inner city, if this school, we rivals. Right. I don't fuck with y'all. I go to school and you go to school. When you mean to tell me, so now we gotta merge schools. Like this shit not like back in the day in the 60s and they snapping and dancing.
Right.
No, motherfucker, we fighting and shooting. Right. So now we bring these two schools together and we gotta make one football team, we gotta make one basketball team. So now, and I say that, I'm gonna get back on track. Motherfucker, high school coach was volunteering. The football coach was coming to the school, not even getting paid. But he was a football coach.
Right. But
So
football coach, right?
now you at least get the football coach aspect out of it. Like you said down here, you get guys that ain't never played the sport of basketball, and they damn sure ain't Eric supposed to. But you get some guys that, and Eric's supposed to play basketball, we talk about that. But the guys are not even basketball minded.
Right.
They just, we gonna make you bigger, faster,
So
stronger.
they killing these kids'
and they killing their future.
And that's the thing, and you know, going back to Milton, and I think that's what Whitehart and guys like him, you know, I can't speak on too many people, but I can speak on him because I'm with him all the time. He's a basketball coach first and then a teacher. And he'll tell people that. He went to school to be a teacher just so he could coach basketball.
Just like that.
You know what I mean? It wasn't a I'm going to school and I want to be a teacher. No. He went to school. He was making money, he was in the business world, his wife's a big time lawyer, and he went back to school just so he could coach.
Just so he can coach.
So, you know, and there's plenty of coaches like that. I can only speak on him because I'm around him.
Absolutely.
But you know what I mean? Like, that's what people fail to realize. Like I said, like when you go to the basketball games in Milton, his wife is front row.
Yeah.
His kids are front row.
Basketball is life.
Because basketball is life. So when you picking a high school, if the wife ain't at the games, you better take your kids out of that dang on school.
Talk to him, Julian.
Take your kids out of that
That's a
school.
fact. 'Cause, I'm gonna tell you right now, our head coach, shout out to Sanique. She's at every game. She get on the bus with us and everything. Hey coach,
Yes,
with the
sir.
kids every game.
Yes,
You
sir.
ball is life in their house.
Because then that
They
lets you
wedding
know.
pictures is basketball related.
Yeah,
I swear to God.
because that lets you know that it's not just for a check.
Yeah.
It's not just for a check. It's not just a stipend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I laugh about it all the time. My wife hates basketball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She hates it, but she knows how much I love it.
Yeah.
So she'll come and support it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But because Whitehart's wife was coming to all the games, guess who came with to all the games too? My wife.
Absolutely.
Because she was like, oh, I gotta go there.
You
You know what I mean?
and that's culture and that's respect, man. Everybody know when I was on the sideline, my wife at every game, I be having to calm my ass down. No, she was around. Yeah, she got crazy last night, Sequoia.
Oh, goodness.
She got crazy.
Oh, definitely they ain't gonna forget that face of Sequoia.
Yeah, they not. Yeah, we won. It got ugly. It got dark.
Y'all clamp up Dylan Wolf, that Dan Wolf, whatever his name is.
Oh, no, we didn't play Sequoia.
Oh, okay.
We didn't play Centennial at Sequoia.
Oh, you played Logan.
We played Sequoia Tuesday.
That's who played. Yeah, that's who played.
Shout out to Dylan Woe. That's my guy.
I like Dylan Woe. I like him up until Tuesday. I liked him up until 2 days ago. So after the game, I was scouting. So Georgia Legacy, man. Hey, I love what y'all doing, but I don't like y'all after these 2 games and I get back to being,
That boy tough, man.
Coach from Georgia Legacy. He's a good guy.
Oh yeah, really good guy, basketball minded guy.
Man, Jordan out, be Jordan out.
Always. The first time I met him, he was like the biggest coach I ever seen. Like he walked in the gym, and we were playing up at the time. He was like mad tall. He was like, "Y'all know her seat?" I was like,
Fun fact, Braden Pierce is not his son. The 6'11" kid on that team is not his son. Everybody think Braden Pierce is his son. No, they just happen to be 2 very big white guys. That's it. I like him too, man. That's my guy. We battle to a certain extent, and it gets dark. But he always shows his love. Tells us we got a very good team. I love his team. I love what he's doing with his guys. They get it. They get it, man. They get it. They understand, man. Like in all seriousness, you gotta understand, man, the culture. You gotta understand the culture, man. Some of these guys, man, some of these programs, I'm not gonna lie to you, I wouldn't have an all-black soccer team and then play against any Hispanics or any whites or any, what they call, Islanders. Like, that's their game. I'm not gonna have an all-white team and stay just with all-white tournaments, all-white camps. This shit is stupid.
There's a lot of teams out here like that.
It is. There's a lot of teams out here. There's an all-white team in a predominantly black market in Atlanta, Georgia, where you can play against some of the best talent. I'll be damned if I'm gonna pay $1,000 to keep playing against the same kids all summer long and get no better. Georgia Legacy gets it, man. They go to all showing events. They go to all
they spread it out even.
Swanee. They go to Lake Point. They're not ducking nobody.
Everybody to work.
Yeah, they're not ducking nobody.
Nah,
they're going to go play against everybody, man. So shout out to those guys, man. They out there trying to get to Georgia Legacy. Actually, my homegirl Jennifer was here earlier from Georgia Legacy. She runs that media page. She does a great job. So my man Connor.
Man, I definitely respect what Georgia Legacy does, for sure.
Jennifer runs that media.
Double trouble Connor.
So if you had to name one cat from where you're from that didn't make it out that should have made it to the league, who would that be?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Or that plus the best cat you ever played with.
Mark Karcher. Mark Karcher, look him up. He was going, dog. He was 6'5", handle it, shoot it, strong, get to the rim. And I was little, I was young, so I was 6th, 7th grade when he was coming up, and I just knew he was.
His name rang bells.
Oh my goodness!
Like Sunday at 12.
Man, we used to go. They used to play all the games at UMBC, the Little Dream College, and we used to go to watch him. And I used to sit front row, and I was just in awe. He was amazing, man.
Yeah. So some of the top cats. I got mixed up and say some of the top cats because now. Yeah, my
DJ Johnson.
I know a couple of cats.
He got drafted
from Cincinnati.
Yeah, mine was Sharon Collins, man.
Collins,
bro. I swear to you, bro. Watching him play,
I was a Kansas fan.
and doing the stuff that he was doing with his size, he was the epitome of the small guard that can really get down. And so for the stars not to align in his favor, that really hurt the basketball coach for Chicago in general.
Sharon Collins,
man, he was real, bro.
Hey, I want to hurt Chicago coach.
Ronnie Fields. Oh yeah, without a doubt. Ronnie Fields.
He's another.
What about the other one? The young boy that Benji got killed.
Yeah.
Benji Wilson.
And that was tough. That was super tough. It's another kid.
You ever watched the story?
Yeah.
It's a kid from Chicago named Keezo Brown. Bro, Kizo was so cold, bro. Listen.
You know Kizo, bro?
He was so.
Yeah, Coach K and coach against him.
Bro, he was so cold, bro. So cold, but he was battling with demons within himself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that shit is real, bro.
It's real, bro.
We talk about it all the time, bro.
It's real, bro.
The thing is that like in African American culture, in our culture, we don't normalize getting help. We don't normalize medicine. We don't normalize embracing, you know, and identifying.
My homeboy got the vaccine. Speaking of the vaccine, COVID, my homeboy got the vaccine today. He works with cancer patients. He went ahead and got the vaccine. How you feeling? Got it today. He was doing good earlier today. He sent me an emoji with venom on it. He said, bro, I started crying.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
But he got it because me and him going to Turks and Caicos in February. So he wanted to get it. And like me, I told him, I said, well, I can't get it right now. But see, he working in healthcare, so he got it. So I just got to I got masked up.
Yeah. I got a fun fact. Coach Travis got an uncle that gave Isaiah Thomas. Coach Travis' uncle was a freshman. Isaiah Thomas was a senior. Gave his ass work.
What's his name? Can you play him? You know his name?
What's Uncle Charles Travis?
Charles Travis. Charles Travis. Where you from?
Lockport, Illinois. Look it up. It's on YouTube. It's
Lockport, Illinois.
Lockport, that's the Lionel Tucker and all them boys came from over there. Yeah.
I got a couple of guys
from Illinois. Howard Nathan from Peoria.
Oh yeah, Howard Nathan. And even what's my man name?
Hey, Sean Livingston was the coldest thing I ever seen.
Let me plug a couple of the films.
We used to take 3